Welcome back to Coffee and Chaos. I'm Alina. What?
Nothing.
Already
Yeah.
starting with me.
It's so funny. You're talking with so much energy, and when you start, you go, hola, you get all quiet.
Because I'm trying to be professional. I'm Alina, your host, and Tom's back.
Hello, everybody.
We missed you last week. I needed some backup.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. We'll talk about that later. But Trina's back.
Hi.
Yay.
Are you on claps?
Oh, yeah, we want claps.
There we go. That's for Trina.
Oh, show some enthusiasm over there in the corner.
Last week he tried to Zoom to you and he realized you weren't here. Remember Solomon?
Yeah, I believe so.
Empty seat.
Yeah.
Aw.
And then guess who's back? Miss,
Good.
how are you?
Good.
Where have you been?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Tattooing
Grinding.
everywhere.
Yeah. living life as much as I can right now.
Don't forget, just so it's proof, my daughter, tattoo. I said it. So
That's
we
right.
got
Send
we
it.
got to book her. We
Send
got to
it.
book
I
her.
got her.
I mean,
got
I
her.
don't know where there's room on her body left, but somewhere.
Eyelids.
No, we
something.
don't do eyelids. There's a picture on your Instagram because me and the guys were stalking your Instagram today because I was all proud of you coming on and I was showing them. There's a girl that has like a Dalmatian face on your Instagram page. Like she looked like you tattooed like dog eyes and everything. We were trying to
What?
figure out if it's real or not.
I don't know.
I
Okay,
feel like
now
he's
I'm gonna-
looking at you like I didn't do
I
that.
don't know if I did that or not.
And I'm like, you said Dalmatian face. Wow.
Oh, I'm gonna find it because
Dog face?
we were
On a
stalking his Instagram so bad to see if it was real. We were trying to find her. Yeah, it's a girl, and she's a pretty girl. But we didn't know if it was real or not. So
Would you, if someone came to you and asked you to do all that?
Here you
would-
go.
Wait.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, that's a painting. That's
Oh.
Let me see what
So-
I was going to say, if someone beautiful comes in, you're going to recommend to them not to do
Oh,
that, right?
Well,
Yeah.
one,
Okay.
she is a very pretty girl. You can
Yeah.
tell.
my buddy James shot that Billy the
He's
Kid.
a Dalmatian
Yeah.
face.
So I was like,
Dog face.
I'm looking at you like you did not do that to that girl's face.
Man.
well, she had like the little dot of her nose and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
Tom's
God.
about to start shifting.
Oh, we're sidetracking, huh, Tom? Sorry. We're just happy that Niz was here.
Tom
We
wants
missed
to
you
get
too.
it.
Don't worry. We missed
Tom
you
wants
too.
to get it.
Yeah.
Get it, Tom.
Get it, get it,
Get
get
it,
it.
Tom.
Yeah. What's our
Go,
subject
Tom.
for the day?
Go,
What's the
Tom.
subject for
Wait,
today?
hold on.
Tom.
Let's say hi to Solomon. We didn't even say hi to Solomon. Hi,
I'm here.
Solomon.
Hey, how are you? How's everybody?
Good.
Hola,
you,
Solomon.
bro.
Hello, Trina. What's up, Niz?
Chilling.
All right. Well, let's get into it. When I talked to Tom about this, the original thing was, why do you have to lose somebody to appreciate them? And at first, I was talking like relationships, friendships, husband, wives, boyfriend, girlfriend, stuff like that. But as I started to talk to friends and telling them what it was going to be like, one person was like, well, I didn't appreciate my mom until I lost her. And I was like, ooh.
I
That
think you
was-
might appreciate it when you lose them.
Yeah.
But why?
There it is.
There he goes, the animal.
Ding, ding.
Playing.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Tom said that, not Alina, just
yeah.
for verification.
You could tap into so
The
many
hot seat,
different,
the hot seat.
ways on that topic. You know what I mean? And it's a roller coaster either way, usually.
But I think that we try to appreciate people, especially the older we are, right? The more we appreciate life. But when we were younger, you don't really appreciate friendships, relationships, parents, grandparents. Now, when I look back, I know who I lost that meant the most to me, that made me appreciate it. But I also look at friendships, and I've lost some friendships, and it made me appreciate the word friendship more, not necessarily that person. I've said, okay, now I know what friendship is, right? So now I know to be better with my friends that I have or future friends that I make. Or
You know what, though? I think in every sense, like in that aspect of friendships, not every loss is always a complete loss where like, man, I lost them and I have to appreciate it, because you can lose somebody and appreciate like the new rebuild of you. Maybe
Amen.
that was
Yep.
maybe that was just like a, man, they gotta go.
Trina,
You know what I mean?
He's like pulling on my heartstrings.
And now everybody.
No, no, no.
Because I think with girls, it happens more. We don't think, because we always feel like guys are just tough. Guys don't care if they lose their friends or not. But realistically, guys are just as endearing to their friends as we are as women.
True.
But do
I
you
think
think
more so because
More
guys
so.
don't have as many.
Yeah.
Women have a gang of different friends, and they associate with a lot of different women. And women always are supporting each other. It's just what they do, right? They're
Yeah.
calling their girlfriends up. How's it going? Da, da, da. Guys, they have a limited amount. Couple dudes. That's it.
Yeah.
So if those guys start getting picked off, like, damn, I only got 3. You know,
Chilling at home all day
now
long.
I got
You know what I mean?
1 left. You know?
no? But I think
Uh,
women maybe should maybe have that concept that the men have, where you don't just call everybody your friend, right?
Yeah,
Not
no.
everybody is your homeboy.
Oh,
not
that's
everybody.
That's a lesson.
Like
learned,
women,
too.
everybody's like that girl's my friend. That's my friend. That's my
They're
friend. Like
just acquaintances,
now, as you
but
get
they're your
older,
friends.
you don't use
Yeah.
that word too light. Like
Right.
I mean, I feel like if you bring someone into your life, if I bring you around my family, and they're gonna refer to you as my friend, it's because you're
You're
solid.
I trust
yeah,
you.
you're on
Yeah.
another
Right.
level.
You know?
Um,
Yeah.
but I think because I grew up around my family and just my family, I don't really have a lot of friends. And then the ones that did come in, they always ended up being my cousin's baby mama, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, or
Yeah.
it just you kept it in the family, and everyone's just, so I didn't really have a lot of friends. And then as I got older, I didn't use the word too lightly either.
Yeah.
You just throw it in around like
I think
like
you gotta
nothing.
know the definition of appreciation first. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because people don't ever go through hard times like that either. And they're like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that person. It's like, bro, it's because you have so many of them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Do you,
Or
you're
they
right, fuck
themselves
them.
don't even know who they are,
Right.
and they didn't grow up with that. So when you grow up with siblings and a tight knit family like that, you know loyalty, you know friendship, right?
right? That's what I was just gonna say. Do you think that maybe like a, a, a lot of like how you navigate with within your friendships has to do with your upbringing and how your family's like, this is who we are, this is how we keep everything tight, like
I mean, look at me and
yeah,
Tom,
that
you
like
know
you
what I
guys
mean? Like
he's known you
that's
since
he-
forever,
he
right?
helped raise me. You
So
know
you
what
don't
I mean?
consider him your friend, that's your family.
He's, oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's
We just found out tonight, just for you guys listening, that Tom was a bad influence on this. That's all I got out of that whole
Is that what
conversation.
and here
I
we
thought you said
are.
he winks at him.
All I knew
I
there
love
was,
Tom.
all I heard was
got
there was a
mad at
gun
Tom.
sitting between them, and you were a kid. That's all I heard.
My mom, my dad, my uncles, a lot of my family, they love Tom.
Mhm.
That's
Tom.
OG vanilla.
The OG
man.
vanilla.
He's been around us since I was young, and he's still here for a reason. Right?
So, with that being said, like, I think you might have said it. Months can go by and you guys don't talk.
yeah.
But when you pick up, there's no hard feelings or,
No,
oh, you
look,
went to the river and didn't invite me, or
Mhm.
you went here and did, like, you guys are like, what, like, is that because it's the friendship that you guys have grown to have, or is it because you're men?
Probably
Mhm.
Nah, it's
both.
just because it's real.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
real
it's real.
friendship. Yeah.
It's
What
not
do you
fake.
do? I can't see Tom
Yeah.
somewhere and not talk to him or something. Like I have to. He's been there my entire life. That'd be me seeing my mom or my dad or someone
Yeah.
like that and like shining them on. You can't do that shit. Not the way we were raised.
But I was going to say, but a lot of it has to do with the way you're raised. Because, like, for us, my grandpa,
Respect.
my grandpa had always taught me, because I was like, you have
He
no
said
friends.
it.
What?
He said the word.
Respect.
Shit. The word appreciate.
They correlate
If
with one
something
another.
happens, hell yeah, I'm gonna appreciate Tom
Yeah.
even more when he's gone or
Yeah.
something happens. Even if we going through a thing, I'm still gonna like, man.
But you don't have to lose him to appreciate him
Nah,
in any which way.
that's what
If
I'm
he
saying.
if he f's up the friendship, or God
Yeah.
forbid this never happens, he goes to heaven. Like, you don't have to lose him to appreciate it.
And that's just people. Like on the subject we're on, that's just the people, I think now.
Yeah.
'Cause you got some people, man.
Mm.
Later, homie.
Yeah.
You know who I'm
I
talking
had to do that
All you
recently.
motherfuckers,
Yeah.
Fuck all you guys.
I did that.
Boom, you know?
Somebody that I thought was dear to my heart and was gonna
Peace
like
out.
ride out with me till like the wheels fall off. Like, I thought this person, and I had to take a step back because this person was just grimy. Just like from day one, like I went back and found out a bunch of stuff, and I was like, we weren't ever even friends.
And
like,
you become
and-
that too.
yeah.
That shit's fucking.
what makes you crazy,
contagious
I
or
feel
something.
like.
Yeah, you start. It's just everything happens, and then they're gone. You're like, you know what? I kind
You
of
just feel better.
the fact that this motherfucker made me respect myself more. So thank you for that. I
Yeah.
respect myself more. Tom, what up? You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Let's go do something positive. Let's
And
go
the
talk.
older we get, the smaller our circle becomes.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in junior high, like people wanted to be the popular person, right? Even in high school, like that was the thing, right? You see movies about it, like the Mean Girl movies. Look at Trina. Why are you looking at me like that? You're like,
I was triggered. I don't think I wanted to be popular.
I think I
I
did.
didn't I don't want to fit in. I don't want to be popular.
I felt
Even to this day, I don't need to.
I don't today, but I'll
Yeah.
be honest. When I was in junior high, because I didn't know myself,
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I that's what I'm saying. I didn't know who I was. I wasn't strong in myself.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, like I wanted so much to be like my mom and my sister and such a badass, you know? So I was trying to find myself. So, but as you get older and you find who you really are supposed to be,
Yeah.
your circle becomes smaller. I don't need to be invited to every party. I don't need to be invited to everything.
Yeah.
Like I actually like who I am and the people I'm with.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that more for sure.
losing somebody and appreciate them. I've been through that, obviously, on all these different topics, and it's sad because you lose that person you really love. I miss my cousin Jojo. I love him so much. Uh, then I lost my girl one time. Now, and
You
it made
kind
me
of
appreciate that
Yeah.
more.
That's what Trina and I said.
And then, like I said, I've lost these dumbass motherfuckers, and that
Yeah.
made me appreciate the fact that I woke up a little bit to
Yeah.
realize.
So when
that,
you
know
lost
what I
your
mean?
girl, like what made you realize like I'm about to lose her for good and it ain't worth it. Like I need to get her
Well, he
like
was
what?
about to get on the
Me,
plane or go somewhere,
I
right?
was just fucking running amok, dude. I just wasn't thinking right, and yeah, I mean,
And she was
you,
like, "Bye, Niz. I know my worth."
yeah, bet,
Got
for sure, and as she should,
Yeah.
and as men, that's a hit to your heart, your ego, everything, and yeah, like no offense, but like man, whatever. There's fucking plenty,
Yeah.
but they're always there.
That one
There
though.
ain't
Yeah.
plenty
That
of
one.
real ones.
But there,
That
yeah, there are
one.
plenty of fish in the
There's
sea, but
plenty
there
of
was only one
females,
megalodon. You know
but
what
not
I mean?
one
Yeah.
And
that's
that's the
gonna
one
be.
I want because that's just me too. Because I
Yeah.
want the best shit. And
Yeah.
shit, she's
And
the
you're
best.
not going to take her for granted now, right? Like
Nah,
now you're like
now we're grown. We're in a relationship, and she tells me shit. I'll tell her shit.
Yeah.
We have a family to raise,
yeah.
and you realize that more and more, and you're like, damn.
Do you
I
think
could have
that's
been doing this with some ratchet ass girl or some this and that. Like, wow, probably paying child support and doing all that shit because she was crazy.
Mhm.
I appreciate the hell out of my girl for that reason,
Yeah.
and the fucking reason I'm watching her become a mom and go like, damn,
And she does
who
a
the hell else
lot,
do
you
you want
said.
your kids with like
She feeds your like you guys have like a strict diet for
Yeah,
your son.
yeah.
Like she does all that
Yeah.
stuff.
She's good with it, and that's what makes you appreciate it. And then, like I said, there's a motherfuckers that just like you're making me appreciate my patience right now. You know what I mean? Like, fucking snap on this person. Tom knows what's up. Tom is on that. You know.
Tom, have you lost anyone that you've had to look back and like he said he lost his girl and he had to appreciate that? Have you? Not girl wise, just anybody in general.
Well, I've almost lost people, been on the verge like that, right? But thank God, um, you snap out of it. Come to your senses maybe, and be like, "What the fuck am I doing here? Like, how did I even fucking get here? Like, why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? Why did I put this person through the shit that I put them through? Right? That's being good to me. That's been like in my corner. That's like uplifted me. Right? And then you're
It's your fault in a sense, but it's not really your fault though, I think, because these days, I mean, they say, oh, men have it heavy on their backs. So do women even more. And then I think the reality
Wait,
of
can
things
we
is
get
just
an applause
heavy.
on that real quick?
Uh,
Because
for
not a
what?
lot of men give us women a
Well,
like
I mean, I'm speaking like my mother, my girl, my like people that I see doing that shit. I
Yeah.
see guys doing that shit a lot too. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why big ups to them too.
But we don't get
You're
enough.
not
We don't get
yourself
it though
though.
too much.
But you're not yourself these days more than you are yourself, your real self. You
Yeah.
have to compete and you have to live up to this social media life and you have to do so much shit. Like it's better when we couldn't see or know about anything, but now
Yep.
we know everything and that puts a pressure on us in general. And now we have to be in a relationship and learn to appreciate
Mhm.
somebody if they're gone. Like, I'm pushing these motherfuckers away because of what I have to do to run this or be involved in this. We don't need that. So it ain't us. You're not doing it out of you, Tom, because that ain't you. It's the fucking shit we got to keep up with these days.
Mm.
I read this thing and it said back in 1980, 1990, early 2000s when you started dating somebody, right? You go on a date, they drop you off at home, right? They go home, you're not texting right away. They're not calling you on the phone. So they might go home and they might call you, or you might not talk to them the next day, but you kind of appreciated them because you didn't have that constant communication,
Sure.
right? So you missed them.
Mm.
And then the next day you're waiting. Are they going to call? Are they going to come by?
That anticipation.
Yes. And today,
And you could appreciate when that call and you look
Oh,
and
and
you're like,
you could build your
"Duh."
patience that way, right? Now you can't. You expect it right
Now you're
now.
like, no, why
Yeah.
aren't you
Boom.
calling me? Like,
Yeah.
you just dropped me off 6 minutes ago.
Yes.
No, yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. There's a lot of
That's some crazy stuff in your head. If you think that I need to text you when I just left.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I think these days that whole
what if they're
appreciate
in
when
love
you're
and they
lost.
want to talk?
I don't know. Everyone has a different perception of love now too.
That is true because love is so easily replaced. It's so easily
They
replaced.
just throw that word around too.
How is it so easy?
Friends,
Because they'll just
Because
go to
it's
the
not
next
love.
person and the next person.
And love the next one?
Yep.
No.
Someone told me
It don't work like
when
that.
I was younger because
It
I
does.
remember
You could fake love works like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
real
yeah.
love
We're
don't
saying-
work
That's
like
what I
that.
mean.
saying,
That's
yeah.
why I said throwing the word love loosely
Yeah.
around, just like
someone
love
told me
him, her,
when I was
whatever.
younger, you're gonna fall in love 1,000 times, dude, and then you're gonna like fall, or no, you're gonna love like 1,000 people, and that's true. You love a bunch of people in your life, because that might be the cool thing to get in the pants or some shit like that. But like you fall in love like once.
Yep.
I would think so. That second, third, and fourth marriage. I mean,
I
love
always
you.
say people get like if you start early and it didn't work out, you always get the second time. If you do it the second time, you're more mature, you understand, and it's probably real, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. Now you're going 3, 4, 5, and it's like, oh, okay.
How do you appreciate that many people losing
Yes.
that many? You don't have
Yes.
at the second one, you're like, man,
Yeah.
fuck everybody. You know what I mean?
I think that
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
the person that I didn't realize that I appreciated him till he was gone because I was too young so we were sent to Mexico every summer. So my grandpa was in a wheelchair. Well, originally he came here, he could walk fine. He came, didn't speak the language, nothing. Typical story, right?
Yeah.
Came legally, busted his ass, did his kids, so my dad got him their green cards, all this. Well, then he became paralyzed. They go back to Mexico, right? He still came, him and my grandma, and got us because they wanted us to know this is who your dad is, this is where you're from, these are your grandparents. And he raised us a certain way there, all those summers. But he was like my appa, that's just what he was, right? I loved him. I would run and jump on his lap. He spoiled me, all these things. And I didn't know any different, but he would instill these things in us. And I was like, oh, whatever, whatever. Well, now
It was the norm.
it was. And it's not that I didn't appreciate him. I was too young to understand what he was instilling.
Mhm.
But my son and I had a talk, and even my brother David and I talked about this months ago. And we were saying out of all 4 of my grandparents, my grandma that lives with me now, and then the 3 that have passed, which one, if you could have a 5-minute conversation with my grandma with all her senses, my brother thought it would be my grandmother. And I said, no, it would be Grandpa Chilo because I would just look at him and be like,
Dang.
I'm bomb. I have a house. I put 2 kids in college. I'm your granddaughter. I'm you. Everything you instilled, I never gave up. I'm everything you thought we would it makes me cry. He is the one person I just wish I appreciated you then and I still do. Everything I do is for him. Every single thing. When people say, let's go to the gym, nope, I'm going to go on a hike and I'm going to walk because I have my legs because he didn't. And I want to be outside because we were always walking in Mexico because he would make us walk. He wouldn't give us a ride and he drove a truck, but don't be lazy. Go walk. So for me, I look now and I'm like, I wish I would have let him know sooner, but I was 20. I was 25, 26 when he died, and I was in no place to even understand that loss until all these
Mm.
years later.
Yup.
I look at my son and I'm like, You didn't even get my other grandpa too, but this one, like, you didn't even get to see him. You don't even know who he is. So for me, like, I didn't appreciate him, fully appreciate him, and that really means all 3 of the ones that have passed
Mhm.
until they were gone.
So do you feel like you did something wrong there? Because what I'm hearing from you guys is it sounds like all of these appreciate after the fact is preceded by some type of regret, right? Some type of so bad behavior or something where you just ignore them or whatever, and then when they're gone, then you regret that and you like wish you had done it a different
I don't know
way.
if
I
regret's
think
the
it's
word.
yes,
Okay,
it's
what's the
always
word
some
then?
type of action and consequence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something always leads up to it. Or like you said, like that's the appreciation. I think that if you feel the way you feel that way, that's the real true appreciation. Because that shit just like that, you
Oh,
no
yeah.
chance. Even if everything was all good, no chance.
Yes. Yes.
Even if everything's going bad and you're like, I'm gonna fix this problem, boom, and they
You don't
cut
have a
you
chance.
off. They don't have the chance to like show, so it's like there's always something that's gonna cause that.
It sounds
Yeah.
like regret though.
It
Yeah.
can be, but
Mm,
I tell you what, man, I don't live with regret.
I was
There's a
like,
couple
I
things I
don't
Okay.
regret in
Yeah,
life, but
yeah.
I don't live
yeah.
with regret,
I
dude,
don't
because that
regret
should
that
make you
because I
go
was a
kill you.
young kid.
Maybe
I was
Mhm.
young.
maybe because now maybe because since 25, 26,
Yeah.
you've matured,
Yeah.
you've
I just
established relationships with other people in your lives and in your life, and you have something to compare it to.
You know what it is? I realize now, they always say, "Oh, you'll understand when you're a parent,"
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Now that I'm a parent, now that my kids are grown, everything I've gone through with the 2 of their dads, like, for that man to know how important it is, and his wife, my grandma, because I spoke about her, to know for us to know that, it's not that I regret it, it's just I appreciate it 10 times more. And they loved us, adored us. We were never like nothing bad. So I know they knew we loved them, or else they wouldn't have come to keep getting us, right?
Yeah.
So it's not regret. It's just I wish I was mature enough or old enough before he passed to be like,
Be at
"Thank
that
you."
same level. That
Yes,
Yeah.
to
same level of
like, because
appreciation.
everything I do, like, from everyone's like, "Oh, family isn't everything. Like, you gotta, not do this for your son." And no, my grandpa said, like, and there's a huge story about him and my dad that one day, hopefully, I'll be able to get into. But he taught me the true meaning of family. Like, you don't give up on your kids, you don't give up on your family. Like, and seeing it, hearing it, actions speak louder than words, right?
Mhm.
Somebody could say, "Oh, I love you, Tom," but I don't do shit for you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to talk to you. But, "Oh, I love Tom. That's my buddy." Like, but I don't do anything. Those are words.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I've always been taught actions speak louder.
Mhm.
His actions, my grandma's actions, that spoke volume. So it made me like when I go to bed at night, I'm like, I'm your grandchild. Like you did this. Like I'm the parent that I am because of those 2 people.
It's like appreciating in your own way.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone does that in different ways, I would assume. I learned to fucking accept my faults and accept the shit I messed up and to say sorry. That's why I don't live with regret as much because I fucking have to try and make peace with myself and apologize and whether you take it or not, whatever. But
That's hard for
yeah,
men to do is say
it's very
sorry.
I'm with
hard.
you on that
I had to swallow
100%.
my
That's
pride
where
more
I'm at.
times than I've had fucking
Yeah.
beer probably.
Well, because sometimes from or no, I can't just say from what I've seen in the men in my life, whether it was my ex or my family members, it's like you going through something and
Yeah,
like you said, like not regretting, but you're appreciating the experiences or the
yeah.
things that whether they were good or bad pulled you from there to where you're at now. Like you're filled with knowledge and and now you are able to feed
Mhm.
into the people in your life, like your kids
You appreciate
primarily.
yourself the
Yeah.
most,
Yes.
what allows you to be all
Yeah,
those
because
things.
I don't even necessarily know if I had to wait for or I waited for someone to pass on or like lose a friend or whatever for me to appreciate them. I feel like I am trying in the present or when they're there, like to appreciate them at the moment. And I feel like when I lost the most important person in my life that I thought was like I always felt like my mom's youngest sister was my aunt, was my mom. I would joke around and tell her that she had me when she was young, and they
I
just
do that with my Aunt Laura.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't wait until when she was gone thereafter. Then I'm like, oh, I appreciate her. Like I appreciated her
Yeah.
all the way till even till today because she's instilled so much in me. Um, But I don't know that I would wait, or that I feel like I would be waiting for, like, or even like in my other relationship, like I did I miss, them or those things? No, I just like
Yeah.
I
Okay.
appreciated the fact that I went through all the stuff I went through so that I could get to where I'm at now and be with who I am right now.
Hey, I'll tap
Who,
in
with
on
me as
one
your
right
friend?
now. I'll tap in on one right now, and you guys are gonna trip, but I'm thinking about it. I appreciate my dog that passed.
Your doggy? Oh,
Four,
wait. Don't
four,
talk about dogs.
14 years, I had a pit bull rhino,
Pull
Oh,
out
okay.
the
but
tissue
Dog.
box. Hold on.
Because the
and
dog
That's
was
and
with you
he
at every
was,
part of your
and
life.
I lost him too because he was with my girl when we weren't together.
Uh-huh.
I got him back, which made me appreciate him. And all throughout the years, he couldn't talk to me or nothing. But you want to fucking talk about loyalty? All these people who talk, I'm loyal to.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, yeah.
look at your motherfucking dog. That fool was loyal. He was there for me. Everything.
Yep.
I never had a
That's
pet.
who I appreciate.
I have 2 dogs that
Right.
even when Seth came home from South Dakota, want them to sleep with them, and my dogs are like, but in
He
Tom's
appreciated
eyes,
my
You don't
kids.
have 2 dogs.
yeah,
He
see?
protected my
See?
kids. He protected my girl. He
Well, that's a
protected his
pit
other.
bull. Those
Wait, so your
dogs are
dog died?
loyal as
That's
hell.
like
I had to put him down. I got when he
That's
was born.
sad.
I had to pop his bag, put some air in him so he lived. He was a runt. I kept him. He was the reason that me and my girl got our first apartment together because my mom was like, "Get that motherfucker the fuck out of here." I'm only like 9 dogs, but they were all like this big. And this dog was born and he was like this big. He was like, nah. So
That
made
dog's
me and
not
my girl
eating
get
my
our
9
first
dogs.
apartment,
Yeah.
which made me like, whoa,
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
life and have
Yeah.
to live from the 99-cent store and all that type of shit. So he taught me a lot.
Like he
Yeah.
went through every stage of life. With you.
Everything.
So when you
Everything.
lost your girl, did he look at you like dumbass?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, this
Well,
is
she
funny.
had the
I
dog.
used to pick him up like if he was.
Oh,
our kid
she
and
kept
shit.
the
I would pick him
I'm
up
coming
and be
to get-
like,
I'm
"Hey, I
coming
got
to get the dog.
visitation
It's
for
my
the
week."
weekend." Yeah, it's my week. Like,
It's my
it's,
week.
So
yeah.
wait, she kept the dog when you guys
I'm telling you, I wasn't in the right spot at the time. I was
and he was like,
fucking
I ain't
all
going
over the
with
place.
you. You'll
Yeah.
probably lose me.
Nah, he wanted to. Nah, he
He
wanted
could have
to.
very easily been like, take your dog with you.
Yeah.
He wanted to for sure, but thankfully he was with her and her family, and they treated him well, and he lived a good life because he wouldn't have lived that life with me.
He would have been a thug.
He'd have fucking been.
He would have
Could
been
have been
Serious
tatted.
shit,
Wait,
yeah.
did you tat your dog?
No,
Oh, people do that, right?
Yeah.
People do that.
No, but I'm saying that's the type of shit that I learned from a dog.
But dogs, and not to take away from your story, but my dogs are dogs.
No,
Tom
your
doesn't
dogs
believe
are
my-
coyote food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have.
Wait, did you say yes?
No, yeah, I have 2 small dogs right now.
But those
too.
are not coyote food, miss.
And they're
Coyote
not
food.
because I keep the motherfuckers in the house. Oh, sorry, keep them in the house and keep them.
They're dogs,
protected
though.
because they're my dogs.
But you keep your
Can
dogs
you-
in the house, or you let
But
them out?
a coyote will eat those motherfuckers.
No, I
You know what I'm saying? That's just nature.
Somebody's gonna eat the dogs.
so I keep them. They do go in the backyard and they're in the front when I'm in. But like one night the dog wouldn't come in, and I was like, and I closed the door, and then I was like, it's late. What if a coyote? Because coyotes are where we live.
Yeah.
I opened the door and she ran in so fast. I said, "You ain't gonna do that shit again, are you?"
They teach
Like,
you to appreciate.
Yes,
it
I
in
did. I
life.
opened the door like, what am I doing? Like this dog, I love this dog. I would have been mortified. Like,
Yeah.
so I love my dogs. My dogs let me know if anyone is within like
Hey, I'm telling you,
Inches,
they're the perfect
Yeah.
feet of yards of my
detectors.
house.
Yeah, they were
I
barking.
have 2
when
little.
I was-
Yeah, they're bad. They're
Appreciate
badass.
your kids
Oh,
because they show you patience.
patience. Oh, I learned patience these last few years, and I'm the most patient person now. I got tested and
Nope.
tested. Look, Tom's
Nope.
like, we know you're not
I
patient,
don't
Tom.
snap
not
up right
me.
now. Tommy will snap right now. Don't even
No,
trip.
I'm becoming patient.
Are you becoming patient?
Very much.
Good for
Is
you.
your heart becoming softer?
I
Hey,
mean,
we're still fucking people.
Trina,
too.
your facial
what I mean?
expressions.
because I'm looking at him and I'm like, Tom.
Tom, break it down. Let us know.
He's an appreciative hothead.
Appreciative hothead.
He's Logan. I'm telling you, he's Logan in Deadpool.
Tom appreciates
I never,
jujitsu
I
right
didn't
now.
see that.
Oh.
Yeah, I appreciate jujitsu right now for sure.
Where do you do jujitsu at?
And Point of Impact in Orange County.
I think that's because And not to take away from women, but man, like I saw it in my son. I made him play tackle football because you have this aggression naturally built in you. And he appreciated football because to get laid out and to lay somebody out, it's
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you could do it in a productive, positive way because when shit happens, life happens. You're walking around on the edge. Like I walk around on the edge sometimes. Like, and then just the normally maybe I could be calm and cool about whatever, right? But that person that I already maybe look at them and don't like, and now you pop off.
Mhm.
It's not the right day today. So I'm kind of like you're just ready to go.
When you're dancing, you're calm and cool.
The coolest.
He's like the
Uh,
what
coolest.
is it? OG vanilla?
That's the polar
He's a
bear's
vanilla
toenails
vato.
right there. That's the
He's a
coolest
vanilla
you get.
vato.
That is the fucking. That's like an ice cube in that chair. Right
my
Someone told me this weekend when they came up to me to introduce themselves about the podcast, and they said, Tom, he's more Mexican than half the vatos I know. And I was like, he ain't even Mexican,
My mom
homie.
got mad at the comments. She was like, look at all these girls trying to get with Tom. They like him, Michael. You better tell him. I'm like, oh, man. You tell him, Mom. I ain't going to tell him. Man.
You know what?
but I think that like with all that like the patience, the frustration, it's caused me like what because I would give this advice to others, right? And there was a point where I was living it, like, and then some way somehow I got diverted. I don't know how. I just kind of drifted off, but like, don't let people rattle your cage.
Mm.
Don't let people freaking, stay calm and cool and collective. Be able to laugh at yourself. Don't turn anything, get all crazy. Don't be quick to anger.
Do you
Slow
appreciate that
to
person?
react. Like these
Mhm.
kind of things that I was like, I would live on before. And I felt like I had my shit kind of like in place, right? And then somehow I went off that course, right? And then I got into, I'm like, what the fuck happened, to me?
Life.
But yeah.
But
The
you learned
funk,
from
man. You're
it.
just a funk.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least for me, like I can admit it, I could see it, I can
Oh.
realize that, hey, you know what? Like I'm mindful
Niz
of
asked you, do you appreciate that person that made you see all that?
fuck no.
Oh, okay.
That-
Well, so
You don't
Um,
appreciate the person,
look at Trina. Trina's like,
Well,
but you appreciate the
experience.
experiences.
not really. No,
What
no.
What do you appreciate?
What do I appreciate?
Yeah, because I know you have it in
Obviously,
you.
there's something that these two know that we don't need to talk about. It obviously doesn't need to be
Yeah,
talked.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
you
what do you
know what he's
appreciate?
going through.
His life.
I want to know what you
And that's-
appreciate.
And it's probably
I appreciate, well, God bringing me through it. That's about like, and me just waking up like in the morning because there's times where I wake up and it's fucking rough, right?
Mhm.
And just to have a simple cup of coffee and look out across the ocean and know that God's like not haven't left me, you know.
He's
Oh,
never
he
gonna leave you.
yeah, he
I know
ain't.
that, but like
but
we all
sometimes
hear that. It
sometimes
doesn't
he's not
matter
in
what
his
you
seat,
hear.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't,
Sometimes
you know
he's
what
not
I
in his
mean? It's
seat.
just like and there's little glimpses and there's very small pieces that come in and there's times when you're being actually touched by God and you can feel his presence and it's not there 100% of the time. We don't walk around, I'm a 10 all the time and I'm always happy and I feel great, right? No, there's times where you're going through peaks, you're going through valleys, right?
Yeah.
You're going through shit and
Yeah.
then, you're like I know that you'll get out and you'll come up on top eventually, right? Just sometimes there's time that just kind of like you gotta, you know,
Be still.
be still,
Mhm.
um, deal with your emotions, be calm about shit, be patient about it, and like somehow, some way you're gonna rise to the top. But
Move
while you're in the
forward.
shit, it's fucking nasty
Yeah.
and it's fucking ugly. And
But how do you pull
there's a
yourself out of that?
how do you know what? That is difficult.
Like, how do you pull yourself out of that?
I'm trying to find ways, but you just I guess
Just
You
get up
have
and keep
to you
going.
got to
Yeah.
try to train your brain,
Mhm.
for a different mentality, a different look on things,
Yeah.
a different like talking yourself up, encouraging yourself, realizing that hey, you make mistakes, you do this, you do that. Now, what you gonna do about it to fix it? Like,
Exactly.
where are you going now with it?
Yeah.
What like you're here, And there's nothing you could do about fucking being here. You're fucking in a spot. So, but what are you gonna do to get out of that freaking spot? Like, and so yeah, I couldn't say that I would freaking I love being here because I not necessarily do, but I will probably appreciate when it's over. You know what I mean?
I think I just
When you
realized
get through shit and
I
you're
feel
like,
like that 10 that you're talking about, that you're not at a 10 all the time. Like you're not always like,
yeah,
I feel like that 10 is not too far away. You're just like not letting it,
I
you know.
realized why him and my
You
sister
rise
are
above
friends.
everything.
yeah, but I always had, but so there's a part of me, like, be honest, like there's a part like my outer appearance
Mhm.
is strong and tough, and my demeanor and everything about me, and I've always been an
Rah.
encourager, right? I've been an uplifter. I
Mhm.
motivate the people around me.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to me, and there's things inside me where I'm weak, and there's areas that I need to mature, and there's areas I need to grow, right? And it's like, fuck. Well, and it's like, it's ripping, it's like you're weak and you're on the bench press. This is how I could explain things because, the muscles getting torn apart. And when it gets ripped apart, it don't feel good at all, right? When you're getting all torn up. Eventually, when it regrows and you're strong and you get there, okay, now you're like, you know what? I realize the things sometimes you have to go through things in order to get to that point where God wants to show you. So it's not like we've talked about this before. It's not like, hey, God, give me patience. Well, sucker,
Why
I'm gonna
not?
put you through some shit. No, to where you're gonna
Gonna
grow the
learn
patience. You're
patience.
gonna earn
Yeah.
them. You're gonna learn them. You're
Yeah.
gonna this. You're gonna know how to do it. Right. You're gonna
Yeah.
know what to do. Right. It's not just like, hey, okay, I'm just gonna grant you all the shit you need. No, I'm gonna teach. Like, what does he say? Oh, don't just give them fish. Teach them
Teach
how
them
to
how to
fish. Right.
fish.
So these
Yeah.
things you're gonna have to like you're gonna go through so that you can grow and mature and get to that point where you need to be. Right. And so
And you'll learn to appreciate
and now,
yourself the most, and then
sure.
that's when you realize
Another
that
thing
you're your
is
best
like the,
investment.
the thing that people do, like, and you lose respect for yourself because you tell yourself, do this, this, and this, and if you don't follow through,
Mhm.
even if it's the smallest shit. Today I'm gonna go for a walk and I'm gonna work out. Today I'm gonna eat right, and you don't do it. You just got a little less respect for yourself every time you do that shit. And people don't realize it. They think, oh, no, I'm just gonna, no. And then you do but if you say something to yourself, you're self talking, you
Mhm.
know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start this class and I'm gonna finish this class or whatever it is, right? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna learn how to jujitsu and I'm gonna finish this shit. I'm gonna, but whatever. If you follow through,
Follow through.
that builds confidence in who you are, and then it will help you like to move forward by you actually being a person of action and not just of I'm gonna try this and
I
do
just
this,
said it.
right?
You're your
Yeah,
best investment,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You are your best.
So everything that I've been trying to do, like with the simplest stupid shit, like I take ice cold fucking showers or ice cold baths. Like nobody wants to fucking do
Jesus,
that.
them comment sections going off right now, Tom. You gotta fucking
No one
let's
wants to
get
do
that
it.
started.
But you know what? But
Why
it's
do you
shit
take ice cold baths, Tom?
yeah, but it's shit that
Tom's
it's
on
the
fire.
Yeah,
smallest.
he is.
It's a
Go
smallish
ahead,
little
Logan.
accomplishment that you're trying to do. It's a baby one. It's like, hey, but no, I'm gonna do it.
That's how it starts. So
And every little thing
Didn't we say that in the car?
it can
Little
grow.
goals, little baby
Yeah.
goals,
Little
turn
baby
into
goals
turn
for
into big
sure.
you
goals.
don't go to the
Yeah.
gym and bench
Yeah.
press 400 your first
Yeah.
time, bro. You
No.
gotta earn that.
I do.
Shit. Well,
I'm saying
Okay, Logan.
with one arm. I go in the
He's
gym
like,
and
I
handle
got
my
it.
business.
Yeah.
I can handle
Uh-huh.
weights.
No, but yeah, you're
Nah, but
right,
you know
man.
what? You're one of the strongest motherfuckers I know, all the way around. Only because, like we were talking earlier, I've known you from a long time ago, and the shit I've seen you personally go through. I mean, physically, even. Yeah, bro. Like, don't let the shit now and this day's life get you down because I've seen a whole other version that they've never even
Well,
seen.
I'm
I
not
don't think we
ever.
want to
I'm
see,
I'm
right?
never a person. I'm never gonna quit. Right? I'm
Never.
never gonna quit. So that's not who I am. I'm here, and now okay. Now where the fuck we gonna go to get
Mhm.
to where I need to be?
Mhm.
So that will never happen because that's just not how I'm built. Right? So
I think that with Tom, like being on the podcast with me, because of you, I've learned to appreciate. Like I've always loved my sister. I've always appreciated her. I don't even say it, everybody knows I will ride with that girl till like I will end up in prison for the rest of my life with that girl if that's how it has to be, right? Whatever. But everybody also knows she frustrates me, right? Like, because it like I tell her that when you get to the stop sign and it says go left, her, even Lexi's mom, Vivian, that you met, my mom, like those type of women, oh, I'm gonna fucking go right. Why? It says just go left. But listening to Tom being on here, like it makes me realize like everybody's different. Everybody's mind works different. Cause like she says, oh, you just got rainbows. The reason I have rainbows is
What does that mean?
because I'm always happy and life is great and da da da. Even though I've had through my heart, but what I've realized is the reason I'm able to wear that rainbow is because I know in the back of me, ain't nobody gonna crush my rainbow because she's gonna crush
Oh,
them.
he thought it was a
You
different rainbow.
Oh, I'm not a
No,
lesbian.
no,
And I'm
not
all
even.
for lesbian. I'm all for lesbians.
I never heard that one. You
So
got number rainbows. I
so
guess.
yeah, my sister always tells me, "Oh, Alina and her rainbows, the world's
She's
perfect."
remember Rainbow Bright?
Yeah,
That doll or whatever.
yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
little
Rainbow
rainbow
Bright.
bright, the little happy
Yeah.
doll. I mean, I would prefer
You guys
strawberry
get diverted
shortcake.
all the time. You go one place and one person asks one thing, and then
Yeah.
like you were on
I
your
know,
little
now, I was
tangent
just
to
like,
go
what
and
does that
say what
mean?
you
Now
wanted
I'm
to say.
talking about,
Bam, there we go. God.
So
rainbow
I've
doll.
learned that, like, especially more now that I'm older, like, I do definitely appreciate the fact that, like, it doesn't matter what I do, I'll pick up the phone. This, and da-da-da. I could be wrong, straight wrong. She'll be like, all right, I got you. And I'm like, okay. But if she calls me, I'm like, oh, no, why did you do that? She's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, you're old. You own a house now. You're mature. What are you doing? Da-da-da. And now I'm like, now more I talk to Tom because they're like one and the same. She's the male and the female version. Now when we talk, I'm like, uh-huh. Okay, keep going. I agree. I understand. Even though half the time in the back of my head, I'm like, oh dear God. Oh dear God. Like, what is, but I've learned to appreciate her more because of you. Because I'm realizing,
That you got to pick up all the crumbs because I just saw that in a movie. I forgot what it was. It's like you got to pick up all the crumbs. They're like little clues. You have to fucking appreciate all those little things to be. It's like building that ball of appreciation that's gonna help you when you do go through that loss. Like we're talking
yeah.
about. Like, yeah, okay, I realize I appreciate.
Oh, if I ever lost her, like, oh, might as well just cut my right hand off. I'd be like, that would be, and we don't even talk every day and we don't even like each other half the time, believe me. I mean, there's times where I've hung up the phone cussing her out and my son's like, who is that? I was like, I don't know. It was your auntie. Lock the door because she might be coming over to kick my ass. Knowing she's not, but I mean, it talking to people and realizing not everybody's the same.
Mm.
Life isn't the same. People don't have the same mind
Mhm.
thinking. Everybody has different life experiences.
Mhm.
When I started that, it was kind of what I wanted to get into, but I never thought it would be this in depth, if
Do
that
you
makes
think
sense.
it's yourself when you like can't appreciate that L? Like if you're like, man, like I know it's good, but like fuck it. Like what is that then? Because I know I've been through that recently. We're like, dang, you lose somebody, you realize you appreciate them after, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I could. But fuck no.
That's
Yeah,
me. I don't,
yeah.
if
Like,
out of my
what is
family,
that? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, I'm appreciative person, but like, what is that then?
I
That's
have a
not
thing.
regret.
But I think we're at a point for me, and I was telling Trina this. If somebody's if cut out of my life, you did it. So I'm always gonna be okay.
Yeah.
As long as I have my village at home, my nephews, my niece, my sister, like that whole little group, I'm all my little brother, like my brothers, I'm always gonna be golden.
Yeah.
But boyfriend, husband, friendship wise, you cut that tie. Oh, I'm not blinking an eye. Like I'm too old to be chasing you,
Mhm.
to be crying over you, to be begging you to try to fix whatever because I do treat people so good. There's really not a reason for you to exit my life.
You know what? Solomon.
What, Niz?
Solomon. What about you?
What about me?
We're talking about if we lost somebody and learn to appreciate them after. What about you?
Yeah, well, I can say I guess in the last couple of years I lost my mother and then I lost my brother who's a year older than me.
I'm sorry about that.
And it's it's hard for me to say that I regret anything or I appreciate anything after the fact because I always felt like at least with both of them that I tried to live in the moment
Mhm.
with them and especially with my mom, I go over there and see her and do all this other stuff and when she passed, I felt like I did my job. You know what I mean? Like I did everything that I was supposed to do. I was there for her when she needed me, and I didn't have any regrets. And I was really happy for her when she did pass on. And same with my brother. So I don't know. I
Does
don't.
that make you appreciate her teachings? Because obviously she taught you that, right?
Uh, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, my mom, I appreciated her for who she was, like she was pretty hands off. So, I'd basically be going, "Oh, hey mom, I'm starting this business. That's good." "Oh, yeah, mom, I had a bad day today, blah blah blah, didn't get any clients." "Oh, well, it'll be all right." And that's what she would say, "It'll be all right." And I always appreciated those four words. So,
Awesome.
that I do appreciate, but I appreciate it in the moment as well. You know what I mean? Do I miss it? Yes. Do I miss the ability to go to her and say those things? Yes.
Do you have
But,
any regrets?
no, I don't have any regrets. My only regret in life involves a stripper named Boots, but that's another story.
What did he say? What did you say? You said a stripper?
Name Boots. But
Yeah,
that's a whole other
her
episode,
nickname
you
was
said.
Boots.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Does she
So
have 2 or 1?
2 or 1 move?
Wait,
Well,
is
2,
she
anyway,
right? 'Cause her name
is
was Boots.
anyway,
is
I'll edit this part out.
is she
So
still alive? No, you're not. No, you're not. No. I think that I don't think that I don't live in regret time because
Mm.
unless they're dead, you could always go back and fix it or try to fix it, right? So
But
Well,
some things
shit.
don't need fixing. You gotta leave it
Yeah, and then
alone.
now too, we don't really you don't have to really live in regret or with
Mhm.
anything because you could just shoot them a text or a comment on their Instagram or
Yeah.
whatever socials they have. And it's like, well, bam, there I justify myself like, oh, I'm sick, I'm dying in the hospital. You're like, get well, bro. See, I was there. Now you think motherfuckers like, oh, he's appreciative. Like, nah, fool, he's just there because everybody else is there.
yeah.
yep.
You know what I mean? Like, nah,
Yeah.
like
Because they're followers.
do
When
it for
some
the love, not the likes.
when somebody's parent passes away, like I won't go put on their thing. If we're friends, I'm picking up the phone and calling you.
Right.
If you don't
Yeah.
answer, I'm gonna send a text like, "Hey, called. I'll check in on you," or hit me when you're not busy. Like, and I'll call again. Like, I'm not. If we're not friends like
Yeah.
that, that's a whole different
I
story,
talked to one
right?
of my best
Yeah.
friends today for like an hour and 15 minutes, and I was like, "Shit, I gotta get off the phone, bro. My kids are right here, like, and we're just talking."
You're like,
Like,
I gotta be in the
I
moment.
love it.
I got to be a
My homie
dad.
famous, my homie Brian. He's that guy. Like, that's who I appreciate, and that's God forbid I ever lose him. I'll appreciate a lot of shit. And I appreciate even us hitting fucking bumping heads and fuck you and all that because at the end it's like, hey, bro, I love you. You needed to hear that today. It's all your
Mm.
fault. You know what I mean? And
Those are real friends, though.
yeah,
Real friends tell you the truth.
Yeah.
that's like me and Tom talking, but you couldn't have no regular Joe Schmo go tell Tom that he's wrong for an hour. Tom
Oh,
will
yeah.
break his phone and find that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think everybody's like that nowadays. Guys, women, whatever. I sat there for an hour and him kind of showing me what's up, telling me what's up. Like, yeah, like I'm a fuck up too, but you're doing this wrong. Or you need to be more assertive or this and that. And I'm like, bro, if you were anybody else right now, I'd be looking for you. You know what I mean? Like, but
that happened yesterday at the Sunday thing.
Yeah.
Lexi's mom, Vivian, snapped about something, and I was like, Viv. And she's like, "You're so lucky it's you." I was like, "Girl, like breathe, take a deep breath." Like,
that's what I was saying. We're not us all the time.
yes.
Just be you.
But when you have your friend to remind you that you're not
Yeah.
being like
When you're out of
I,
line.
yeah,
That's
You're
real
fucking up.
appreciating
Yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah.
That's real
You're right. Those are
appreciation.
there's only a
Yeah.
few
How many
select
I could
that
call
you
like
have.
4. My cousin.
Yeah.
My cousin Mario. That fool would be like, "You're wrong." I'd be like, "Fam, shut the fuck." You're like, "You're
he's
wrong.
like, "You're still wrong.
Still
I'll
wrong.
shut up." But
Let's go eat."
Yeah.
Larry will tell me. He'll tell
Yeah.
me if I'm fucking up.
Right?
Angel will tell me if I'm fucking
Oh yeah.
up.
Oh, my sister
My
always tells
aunt-
me.
Junior will
my
tell me if I'm
aunt-
fucking up.
My aunt would
Yeah.
tell me, Dina would be like, "You
Yeah.
fucking up." You know what I mean? She'd be
You're
like,
doing this, and this.
and that's why I appreciate. That's how I appreciate. I don't. You like. I just saw this shit today too. It's weird. Kobe. He said,
Oh,
"Oh,
Kobe.
people think by fucking hugging each other and it's gonna be okay. When they fuck up, that's how you everything's all better. It's all kumbayas and shit." And he's like, "Hell no, that's not reality. You need to tell them what they're doing wrong. You need to let them know. And if they don't like you, fuck them. Leadership is hard and it's lonely, but
Mm-hmm.
that's a role that you just are naturally. Tom's a leader. I'm a fucking leader. and people don't like that, but
No,
Yeah.
I
they don't like that.
appreciate that I know that.
They
Yeah.
don't like that at all.
My little brother called me like it'd possibly be well over 10 years ago, and he was like, "Hey, you got a moment?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're fucking up. You got a bad attitude. You're snapping on your kids." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, for them to call me and tell me," he's like, "You're just like somebody else." And I was like, "Oh!" And instantly I wanted to go to my kids like like, and I was like, "You know what? My bad."
You
Like
needed
let
someone to
You
check
needed
in.
Oh,
that.
and I know it hurt him to have to pick up that phone to tell me, his big sister, who's been like his mom, because I could have been like some type of way with him, which would have, and I was like, my bad. Let me check myself. Like, thank you. Like, and to this day, I've never said anything to my kids about it. I mean, I hope y'all hear it now and feel like shit. But anyways, the point is like, I had to change myself. I had to keep that in here.
Mhm.
But I've always thanked him over the years. Like, if you didn't call me and tell me that I was in a bad place in that moment, I would have gotten worse and worse to the point where my kids would not talk to me or respect me like they do today,
Straight up.
Because no one's perfect. We all need to get checked a little bit.
My cousin Doc, Sal, he's what up, fool? Man, he's a veteran. He served his country, motherfucking been shot, stabbed, everything. And he'll still tell me like, "Hey, what did you need? I got you. Whatever you need." Like, yeah, you're fucking up though. Like, you need to ask that. And it's like, bro, you're right.
Mhm.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate everything he's done for his country and for like a family and everything.
Do
You know
you
what I mean?
think
Like,
us being a little bit older, because I think
oh,
you're the youngest because you're 40.
41.
So that generation of like family has also decreased, meaning like,
Everyone's just very separated.
yes, and
Mm.
you like you can't this or don't tell me this, or like growing up in those tight knit big families, everybody checked everybody. Everybody's kids were at your house, like Lexi, like
But you
her.
can't tell anybody's kids nothing nowadays.
Oh,
Well, people don't know
hell
how
Oh,
to
they'll get
communicate.
all upset. Oh, you told my
Exactly.
whatever. Like, who are you to say that to them? You know,
Yeah.
even if it's right, like
Yeah.
you can't.
Like my mom would be like, "Hey, motherfuckers!" I'm like, "Oh, what the hell?" She's like, "No, I don't care. Go
But
sit
back in
your
the
ass
day, that's
down."
how it was.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how it
So
was.
way back in
Yes.
the day, like my dad would explain, man, if you were driving down the freaking and you were screwing up and you're on your bike doing shit, throwing rocks or something, the neighbor would come grab you by the ear and be take your ass home. You know, like, and she wasn't gonna get yelled at by your mom. She's like, oh, because you made such and such, you know, down the street bring you. Now you're really getting your ass kicked.
Yep.
You know,
But we were also
like,
afraid of other people. Like we didn't,
ah,
oh, they're so and so, they're gonna tell her mom or they're gonna tell her dad,
I
right?
also appreciate our hard-ish upbringing, my
Yeah.
hard-ish upbringing, because it taught me all that.
Yes.
It taught me all that. That you were saying earlier, oh, fucking Tom, and like, you know what? I appreciate that. I know what a fucking weapon is since I was young. Know how to use them since we were young. I know all this other shit when I was young.
mhm.
I feel protected.
Hey,
I
so
do. I
well,
feel
no,
safe.
not like
You
all
a
crazy or
thug.
nothing like that. You know
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no.
But
I
you're
know.
just
I'm
like
being serious.
knowledgeable and like I appreciate that. And you don't have to be gone for that. And man, rest in peace. A lot of big homies and uncles and everybody who put all that on me. I appreciate them. These days, it's hard to appreciate. Like, I just heard something the other day too. OG, youngster told the OG, "Hey man, come on, OG," and he said, "Fool, don't call me that. Oh, I'm just playing." He said, "Look, I've been your age. You ain't never been mine.
Mm.
You know what I mean?" And bad back. You know, there it
Mhm.
goes. All right, you're right. And
Mhm.
that is why I think we appreciate and love hard and all that now more at our age, because these young motherfuckers don't know that yet. They're gonna lose me and they're gonna miss me, regardless if they hate me or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'll be
Yeah.
my kids.
Right,
Mm.
right.
Your kids
Fucking, we
and you.
die right now going home. You
Yeah.
damn well there's gonna be someone out there says, "Fuck, I should have not fucked that guy over."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know what
that's
I
because
mean?
we know what we bring, right? We know who we are. We're strong in who we are. I think we're all pretty strong, and we're all I was telling you like the whole alpha dog thing. Like we're
Yeah.
leaders. Like we know what we want. We stay strong to who we are. We know our core. I know for me and Trina and Tom too, like our core comes from, because I don't think I've ever asked you if you believe or not in your faith. So I know that's where our core comes from. And we don't really, yeah, we have bad days. Everybody has bad days.
Yeah.
I have bad days. I cry. Like I get in the shower and go, is that water or is those my tears?
Yeah,
Like
there's
we all
nothing wrong
cry.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though. There's nothing wrong with that. You
Yeah.
need that. It's your body telling you get yourself right. You should
Yeah.
appreciate yourself. Your body's telling you
Yep.
get the fuck right.
I think when you cry, and I
Mhm.
tell some of my friends, they're like, I'm embarrassed to cry. I said, girl, that's releasing all that. Let
Lucky
it
if you get to
out.
cry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
let
people
it
are
out.
laying 6 feet under or in
Yeah.
ashes in some water
Yeah.
somewhere that fucking you would love to see
You're
them
cleansing
cry?
yourself by crying.
Right. It's seasoning, bro. You're
detoxing.
seasoning.
That's why I said I appreciate the experiences, because then
Yeah.
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't.
You know,
be
I've
able
always
to
said that,
experience.
right? I always like I'd always be like that, even to my
Yeah.
kids. Like, Dad, I wish I had. Look, I don't wish I had it easier
Yeah.
because it's made me like,
Yep.
Mhm.
We
resilient and
Yeah.
fortified and just
Yeah.
tough,
we
right?
said that on the way here,
Yeah.
right?
You
I've
know,
already been to hell and back. I'm not trying to go back.
yeah.
Right?
I'm
Mhm.
like good. I'm good.
Right.
Like, let me just enjoy my life right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
but
the
you
end
like,
days.
but if you go through that and like you're cool with that after you got past, but you don't want to go through that same, like you said, I already, do you want to go there again? Like,
I'm
no.
trying to teach
But if
my
you're
mom
in there, you're
that.
like,
Man,
motherfucker.
she's so hardcore. I'm trying to teach my mom patience. Like, Mom, and someone asked the other day, how's your mom? I said, she's alive. They go, why do you say it like that? I said, because hell's afraid of her and heaven's not ready for her. And they go, Alina. And I said, that lady is so like raw. And I'm like,
I think
kumbaya.
sometimes we hold on to stuff.
Kumbaya.
Like you
Breathe.
gotta let it
That's
go.
all
You gotta let
trauma.
stuff go. Yeah.
There's
Yes.
positive
to
trauma
let-
too, but there's fucking
Let it
I'm,
go.
I'm,
like,
I feel like God has
Just
made it.
release it.
Yes.
get this out of here.
Yeah.
You know?
Goodbye.
Like, you got to go.
On that note,
Ain't nothing wrong, but
Yeah.
like, get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
believe me, by the time she goes, she's going to be smiling. She's going to have rainbows. My,
She'll-
Yeah.
she'll probably
my
appreciate
sister's going to
that.
kick them every time she pops up with the rainbow.
Yeah. We're in each other's lives for different
We
reasons.
definitely are. All right. Well, on that note, we got to go. It's already time.
Really?
Yes.
Solomon, I appreciate you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Look at that.
I
At least-
concur.
At
I
least
concur.
somebody appreciates me. I appreciate
Solomon-
If you don't feel
We've
appreciated by
been driving
now,
each other crazy. Like last week, the whole single parent thing.
I had to bring
Like,
it up.
Man,
I
Solomon
did.
said
Well-
he wants to talk to me about that. I'm like, man, I can't pick sides. Come on, dog.
We're
Get me
Mexican. We
involved.
stay
I
on
know.
one side, homeboy.
no, it's not
Wow.
picking a side.
Yeah.
You have an opinion.
Yeah. I got
Does he? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She's like kicking you.
Oh, Solomon, we were supposed to say before we started, subscribe.
Yeah,
Yes.
do that though.
Do that.
Well,
Do
We
that.
have TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. But please, if you're watching this, because I met 3 different people this weekend that came up to me and were talking about it. And the guy did, but his girl wasn't subscribed. She's like, oh, I'll do it. And don't watch it together because then you take a view away from me.
Yo, if anything can come from it, learn to be appreciative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when they're here or when they're gone or whatever, and fucking
That's
appreciate
right.
yourself
That's right.
the most.
Yeah.
Most.
Yep.
Go.
Got to appreciate everything before it's gone. Well, thank you guys so much. I definitely, on a serious note, Mario, I even appreciate you back there
I love you,
because
cuz.
you bring news. But Trina, Solomon, Tom, I do appreciate it very much. And thanks you guys. Until next week. Bye.